Rambai Tenggol suspends total shutdowns. Democratic forms of protest to continue, demanding release of 80 leader KANEL. Curfew relaxed from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. in 5 valley districts. Former UNLF Chairman R.K. Megan says current unrest in Manipur is not accidental but part of a larger master plan to prolong crisis and weakens unity of people. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh slams the Union Home Minister Amit Saha's peace restored remark as bizarre amidst ongoing Manipur unrest and Pahalgam concerns. And Manipur reports one active case of COVID-19 with 324 new cases of COVID-19. India's COVID tally rises to 6,851. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm KANEL SHAMBANDURAM, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now the news in details. Rambai Tenggol suspended its 10th-day total shutdown this morning, just 3 days after launching it in protest against the arrest of 5 of its members, including their leader KANEL. The group, however, announced it will continue democratic forms of protest until KANEL is released. Speaking to media at Rambai Tenggol General Headquarters in Imphal, Rambai Tenggol Public Relations Officer Robin Mangang appeals to public support, asserting that the group is not an armed outfit but a socio-cultural organization. He stated that Rambai Tenggol was compelled to defend the state against alleged attack by illegal immigrant Kuki militants, which led to their being misunderstood and targeted by investigating agencies. Rubin expressed disappointment that despite the group's intentions, they are being booked by the CBI, NIA and state police, which prompted them to call the total shutdown. He also alleged that certain miscreants impersonating Rambai Tenggol members carried out violent actions under the influence of intoxicants, tarnishing the organization's image. He further clarified that the decisions to suspend the band was made considering the hardship faced by flood-affected people, the need to facilitate movement of stranded goods trucks, and to reduce disruption in agricultural and economic activities. Following the suspension, Impact News reached out to Home Department officials who confirmed that internet service will likely be restored soon. Prohibitory order issued under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita (BNSS) has been relaxed. Movement of any persons outside their respective residence is permitted from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. in 5 valley districts of Imphal West, Imphal East, Vishnupur, Thoubal, Kakching and Jiribam. It may be recalled that 4 of the arrested Rambai Tenggol members were released late Sunday night, while KANEL remains in custody. According to an official CBI press release, KANEL has been transported to Guwahati and will be produced before a competent court seeking police remand. He faced charges linked to multiple criminal activities during the 2023 Manipur violence. Prior to the suspension, the total shutdown, internet ban and prohibitory order has brought normal life to a standstill across the 5 valley districts. Markets such as Quaramban Kaitheld remained closed except for a few women vendors in the early hour. Passenger transport service were off the road, with only emergency, essential and religious vehicles allowed. State and central forces were deployed at sensitive locations to maintain law and order.
Banasi karkom thok chare ko ising ichauna awaba mayam ama hojiksi kham thengna mayok na ringai lan gi chaitheng phangli ngai adu kyam na wari ngai matam sida ban tawbadagi lakadori pusilakadori bachana thaknaba mayam pumna leiba aduna maram organda Imphal mayon jida city manung da pochai tangkhalakba aduna maram organda praja mayam gi pendaba nungaitaba amadi makoi gi appeal request torokpatagi madu koi khanar matungda ꯑꯗꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯂꯧꯎ ꯁꯤꯡꯎꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯈꯔ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯛꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯅꯖꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯗꯦꯃꯣꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯤꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯂꯣꯅ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪꯗꯤ ꯐꯥꯖꯤꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯦꯅꯤꯌꯔ ꯂꯤꯗꯔ ꯑꯔꯥꯝꯕꯥꯏ ꯇꯦꯡꯒꯣꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯁꯦꯝ ꯀꯥꯅꯟ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯈꯜ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯀꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯗꯦꯃꯣꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯤक ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯛ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯟꯖꯈꯤꯒꯅꯤ.
Earlier in the day, before its suspension, the ban has a great impact in Jidibam district. Marketplaces, schools and colleges were shut down and roads were deserted looks. Ban protesters took to the street preventing movement. Security forces were deployed at strategic locations to prevent any untoward incidents. A violent scuffle broke out late last night between security forces and supporters of the total shutdown called by Arambai Tengold in the Lamlong Bazaar, Porampot and Chekond areas of Imphal East district. Protesters blocked major roads including the Imphal Ukrul Road, Tinsid Road and Pangai Road by burning tires and placing obstacles. Security forces used rubber bullets and tear gas cells to disperse the agitators who reportedly retaliated using slingshots. Tension escalated when the locals of Kurai Lamlong Bazaar alleged that an Assam rifles team under the pretext of crowd control hurled a smoke bomb into a residence at Kurai Chingangbam Laikai on Tinsid Road and physically assaulted a man inside the house. The incident triggered outrage among the residents, with protests continuing until early morning. A total of 19 agitators were detained during the midnight operation and into the early hour. Additionally, some members of Arambai Tengols were arrested in connection with the torching of a vehicle at Lamlong Bazaar during the protests. Security forces remained deployed in the areas to prevent further escalation. Former chairman of proscribed United National Liberation Front UNLF R.K. Magin accuses the center of orchestrating various schemes to divide Manipur and suppress its liberation movement. He made this remark during the 25th death anniversary of late revolutionary leader and UNLF founder General Secretary Arambam Somorendro, held today at his memorial complex in Kurai Nandebam Laikai. Magin said the current unrest in Manipur is not accidental but part of a larger master plan to prolong the crisis and weakens the unity of the people. He remarked that the situation demands a leader like Arambam Somorendro to guide the people, adding that Somorendro's vision and leadership are deeply missed in these turbulent time. He also expressed concern that most people are yet to understand the deeper forces at play in the ongoing crisis. He expressed hope that unity will eventually prevail among the people of Manipur. R.K. Mavin held Arambam Somorendro as a revolutionary who lived and died for the cause of the people. From his student days to his final moment, Somorendro was at the forefront of political, cultural and economic initiatives aimed at strengthening Manipur. He is credited with contributing iconic play, songs and even screenplays including Matamgi Manipur 1972, the state's first feature film, Lila Laibakle 1995 and drama Judge Saheb Ki Imung. His song Chai Kringasi Nangila Bukta remains a popular cultural anthem. Somorendro was assassinated in 2000 while attending a seminar on the women's Sumang Lila at the Kurai Nandebam Laikai. A recipient of the Sahitya Academy Award, his legacy continued to inspire revolutionary and cultural movement in the state. Local leaders, artists, intellectuals and others paid tributes to the late leader's enduring contribution.
Kila nongi level si kanana no kuki si kanana yo khot pano akoi na khangin natro aduna kuki nongi kon level ngi marak sesta mati pro masel marak tong khana na ba chathar ba saru lang mayam si thore aduna di loina maksi pandan di mati pro su de presi oya Manipur le pak se machet ta halaga nam thawang amna bhai ta तसेंबा हाय तारगदे अखोई पुरगी निखा तंबा हननबि यावला लो चथेरिसे मसी मरु फुकनबगी थौरांने लवे लोइनमक्से अचौवा लालोंग अमगी मचुमिन सथरकवा तोंगां तोंगां सरुकसिंग हाय तार मसे अखोई इरेचा मयाम पुन्ना खंगमिनबा मपुंग फाद्रिने खाले मपुंग फारकु मतमदुदा ngasi masoi mase taru mayamse toina pulakani.
Challengers Youth of Kundrakum Assembly Constituency President James Leisangtem demands immediate holding of a crackdown and arrest of Arambai Tengol members and demanded immediate release of arrested Arambai Tengol leader Ashamed Kanan. Speaking to media at its office in Yumnam Kuno today, James asserted that people must not forget the service and sacrifice made by Arambai Tengol amidst the state's crisis. He said Arambai Tengol members emerged as a savior of the people and took up arms to fight against the onslaught of Kuki narco-terrorists when security forces failed to protect the lives and properties of the civilians.
Manipur kasin koyada lojing loyada utu batu pai dana dugum iram dam Manipur ngal ki batengo lo singa suba sumane phajin batara gadi makal tana iram dam Manipur sida mamalai ba mushiba tholakadaba maram dam marai ba mafur mazati damakta haibati mazati damakta tabak thoram tawai kya taunaba tholakadaba mayam adu makung thude pani haina lawi maram aduna sigum laba thabak asi makata tawigana loina phajin ki batengo lo singbu atu matam da thadok.
Press note from Federation of Haumi says Centre must honour the decisions taken in the House of Manipur State Assembly in 2024 to abrogate the suspension of operation with Kuki Zone insurgent groups. United Committee Manipur UCM and All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko are all set to commemorate 24th, the Great June Uprising and Unity Day on June 18. Speaking in this regard at UCM office in Lumfel today, UCM the Secretary General Nahakpam Shanta appeals to all communities in Manipur to join in paying homage to the 18 individuals who laid down their lives while protecting the state's territorial integrity in 2001. He stressed that people in the state will never forget the June 18 incident. Shanta says preparations are completed for the observance to be held at the memorial site in Kekurupart, Imphal. He sought continued support from people, clubs and organizations in organizing the observance. Speaking to media, Amuko's Secretary General Pratap Leishangtem lamented that with the passage of time, the June 18 observation is held in subdued manner and people have almost forgotten the incident. He called for glorifying the June 18 incident so that the future generation will know about it and bravely face any threats challenging Manipur's integrity.
June 18, 2001 si akoigi integrity ki damak unabana idana miyam gi ihoma tholaktana leigidaba miyoi train pandugi ningsing kumon magi family amadi amuko UCM punna chahi kya pangthok lai handaki chahi sisu June 19 gi thoramasi akoi sungoi soidana akoi miyam ga loinana pangthok sagani haibiduni akoi thamningi se hairiba June 19 ji pangthoknaba khonabada akoi toan ba jaga dagi Miyoi singna adagi business tawbo sing adagi akoi gi CSO sing then club sing laikai gi society sing adagi individual sing na fauda changsil aga June 19 gi thauram asi chai godingi mai pak na pangthok tuna lakpani handaki kunmari suba June 19 asi pangthok na ba thorang tawba hojare
matamdu da akoi gi damakta akoi gi miyoi 19 punsi do khamu thak mangrini madu matamdu gi ohoba praja sing lui ohori ni adu ngasi di June 19 kor ko dun tor ko si dei thamoi songna akoi UCM am so amu gi mai gi ngai to fawi loina praja miyam nasu masi gi damakta tawnaba akoi gi itihas ama semongnaba adum kaawdana leinabi dumta akoi di pa kholoini akoi na madu gi damakta hunazaru bakaktani aduna Manipur miyam na lup khudimak akoi gi kanglup khudimak na dola di tibidana akoi June 19 se achawa hana gi adumai na adum pangthokna dum sai khudingi leinaba khonabada mating pangbiu.
Congress Party slams Union Home Minister Amit Saha's recent remarks claiming that peace has been restored in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. The party called Amit Saha's assertion bizarre and accused him of trying to divert attention from what it described as his colossal failure. During a public statement, Amit Saha had said Naxalism is on its last leg peace has been established in Jammu and Kashmir and the northeast. India now responds to terrorist attack by entering the homes of terrorists. This shows the changing pictures of India under the Modi government. Reacting to his statement, Congress General Secretary in charge of communications Jairam Ramesh posted on Twitter saying Manipur continued to burn and the attackers in Pahalgam remained at large. Amit Shah's claim is not only bizarre, it is an attempt to whitewash the government's aggrieved failure in maintaining internal security. The Congress also alleged that violence in Manipur and recent militant attacks in Jammu and Kashmir contradicts the government's claim of restore peace and stability in these regions. Jairam Ramesh further stated that according to some reports, the same terrorists involved in Pahalgam terror attack were also involved in the attacks in the Punch in December 2023 and the attacks in Gagangir and Gulmarg in October 2024. The Congress leader further said Manipur is still burning and much delayed presence rule has been a failure and law and order in the state is in a precarious condition. Slams the Union Home Minister for failing to bring normalcy in Manipur. A fresh case of COVID-19 has been reported in Manipur. According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, only one person has tested positive in Manipur so far. The patient is a 23-year-old master's student from Manipur University, originally from the Ngaikong Kulent, Vishnupur district, currently residing in a rental house at the Ghari Awang Lekai. She underwent testing at Babina Diagnostic Centers after experiencing fever and cough. Her test result came back positive. Though she currently shows no severe symptoms and her vital remains stable, reports indicate that she left Imphal for Hyderabad on an Air India Express flight at 11:55 a.m. on June 9. Authorities have advised her to strictly follow COVID-19 safety guidelines. Nationally, 324 new COVID-19 cases were detected, bringing the total numbers of active cases of COVID-19 to 6,815. 3 more deaths were reported, rising the COVID-related death toll to 68. Meanwhile, 783 patients recovered in the past 24 hours, pushing the total numbers of recoveries to 764. Kerala remains the state with the highest number of active cases at 2,053, followed by Gujarat with 1,109 and West Bengal with 747 active cases. Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on the Nagaram residents in Imphal East district complaining about frequent occurrence of artificial floods in the area every year. We'll be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News. TBJ. Back after the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin, and moving on with our bulletin. Locals of Nagaram, Imphal East district complain about occurrence of artificial floods in the area every year. Speaking to Impact News, one of the residents, Solome Aunsi, highlighted that the Naga River running through Nagaram was 30 to 40 feet width, but now it has been reduced to just 8 to 10 feet due to the retaining wall construction in Namdulong areas in 2017 and 2018. Solomi complained that the Naga River has turned into a drain due to its shrinking size, and Nagaram reels under artificial flood every year as the river cannot hold the water volume during a rainfall.
Yum tumbasu yawe kitchen gumbado ngasigisu hojiksu changba yadari last year gidudi yam thumbani na 2 months kumbadi yum changba yade aduna yam waye adu handaginadi hafta ama gumba adum leibani na khara phaye ko adu nembasu khara lever du khara nem na lae ba ko last year gine hele adubu hojiksu yum changba yadari asi turen Naga river se pak na turen dauna lakhre dana aduga si thongi hek lalaga asomgi gano si nagan sidi loina moina wal sakat khare adu sadringai mamang da de kya sumaina thoktabani.
Also speaking to Impact News, one of the locals, Tungray Ngakang, complains that the government has so far not extended assistance to the recent flood-affected people in Nagaram area. He said local has contributed money for flood clean-up and sanitization drive to prevent disease outbreak. He further claimed that some of the locals of Nagaram who were affected by flood last year are yet to receive flood relief from the governments, and for the same reason, the residents are not interested anymore in submitting necessary forms and documents for flood reliefs this year.
Hanadi Nagaram sida flood haibisi leramde adu hojikti mina climate change te ki lakpani aina global warming te ki lakpani aina hairia adu su chumde hakum su relief ni aina 10,000 khra phange mi ayam bana phangde chehi sida su apply tawo haina form pirai akhoina thajada ba ki are se kan gonna su amuk phangro aina mi ayam bana apply su tawde Nagaram ki mi se center na biba fund ni se Manipur government na biba su na de relief fund kan amount atumakte chapchana birade yam nungaini haibi haininge as early as possible hojiki sige river se sengthok pa se yam daga leye in order to avoid future flood again.
Manipur Fire Service team in coordination with Genim staff continue flood clean-up work at the hospital premises in Porompat. Today, on the 5th day of the clean-up drive since June 6, the combined team cleaned up Jenim's Dental College to expedite the resumption of the hospital service. Dredging activities of Ithai Kong, which is an important canal supplying irrigation to farms of Kakching, commenced today. Ithai Kong, a primary source of water providing irrigations to major farmlands of Kakching district, is on the verge of extinction, having reduced to the size of merely a drain. Kakching Ithel Committee has launched dredging work to revive the canal using excavators starting today. Committee President Yengkhomd Acho, speaking in connection to the dredging work, stated that Ithel Kong, which is an important canal supplying water to large areas of agricultural land of Kakching, is on the verge of extinction. He continued that the depth and width of the canal has reduced significantly, resulting in water overflow whenever there is rainfall. He also highlighted on the challenges being faced by the farmers and noted that the ongoing work will relieve the farmers from their hardship, which is a result of the deterioration of the canal. Eco Network Manipur team led by President Sinthangam Balaishram has collected plastic waste for recycling purpose with and aims to protect the environment from the plastic pollution. He appealed to the public against burning down of plastic items, and once burned, it cannot be recycled. India Meteorological Department IMD forecasted heavy rainfall and thunderstorm at isolated places over northeast states, coastal and inter Karnataka, Kerala, Mahe, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry and Karaikal today. Parts of coastal Andhra Pradesh, Andaman and Nicobar Island, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Marathwada and Madhya Maharashtra are also likely to experience thunderstorms with lightning and gusty winds during the next 2 days, while it predicts heat waves conditioned in parts of Delhi, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, and hot and humid weather at isolated places over Bihar, coastal Andhra Pradesh and Gangetic West Bengal. Administrative Director of Langyai Venture Private Limited, Langdum, Hidamd Bonisan extended monetary assistance to Naharol Thogdang reporter Haikhamd Jadumani, who suffered injury in an accident on June 5 while returning from a news coverage. Hidamd Bonisan visited the injured journalist at his Kairao Bitramakalekai residence today and provided the financial assistance. Moreover, Bonisan appealed to different sections of the society not to cause any disturbance or obstacles in the movement of journalists who are working round the clock to provide news and information to the general public. Nungba Youth Organization led by President Thuilang Kamei carried out a voluntary service initiative at Nungba Community Health Center today. The team assisted healthcare workers, provided emotional support to the patients and repaired the CHC's leaking roof. They also cleared surrounding bushes and cleaned the premises, ensuring a safe and more hygienic environment. Their efforts showcased the power of youth-led initiatives in promoting community well-being and inspired others to contribute to social causes. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at headlines once again. Arambai Tengol suspends total shutdown. Democratic forms of protest to continue demanding release of AT leader Ashim Khan. Curfew relaxed from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. in 5 Valley districts. Former UNLF Chairman R.K. Megan says current unrest in Manipur is not accidental but parts of larger master plan to prolong crisis and weakens unity of people. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh Lem's Union Home Minister Amit Saha's peace restored remark as bizarre amidst ongoing Manipur unrest and Pahalgam concerns. And Manipur reports one active case of COVID-19 with 324 new cases of COVID-19. India COVID-19 tally rises to 6,850. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. In the meantime, have a great evening and always stay safe.
Lana Thauram, Taibangpan Asida Equi Kwai Pumna Maki Irak the Tinjaramba, Dr. Ningthaujam, Rosan Kumar Mitegi, Lana Thauram.